The Cold War may have ended in 1991, but what if we told you another is brewing? Silently, strategically, and globally. This time, it's not between the US and the Soviet Union. It's between the world's most powerful democracy and the world's fastest-growing authoritarian superpower, the United States and China. A new Cold War is unfolding, and it's not just about military power. It's about influence, economy, and the future of the world. The rise of the dragon. China's story is a dramatic one. In the 1970s, it was a closed, rural society with very limited global influence. But fast forward a few decades, and China is now the second largest economy on Earth, a manufacturing giant, and a technological powerhouse. With ambitious projects like the Belt and Road Initiative, China has built ports, railroads, and highways in more than 60 countries, extending its economic tentacles across Asia, Africa, and Europe. Its goal? Global connectivity, but on its own terms. At the same time, China has modernized its military and ramped up its cyber capabilities. Its navy is now the largest in the world by number of ships. The South China Sea has become a hotbed of tensions, with artificial islands turned into military bases. Xi Jinping has made it clear, China is not just rising. It's returning to what it sees as its rightful place, at the center of global power. America's response. But the United States isn't backing down. With more than 800 military bases worldwide, unmatched soft power, and a still dominant economy, the US remains a superpower, and it's watching China's every move. Under different presidents, America's approach has changed, from cooperation and trade under Clinton and Bush to confrontation under Trump, and now a mix of competition and cautious diplomacy under Biden. America has placed bans on Chinese tech giants like Huawei, citing security concerns. It has also sought to strengthen alliances in the Indo-Pacific, from Quad partnerships with India, Japan, and Australia to bolstering support for Taiwan, a flashpoint in the conflict. The message is clear. The US will not allow China to rewrite the rules of global order. The war of technology. This Cold War isn't about nuclear missiles and spies. It's about chips, data, and algorithms. Semiconductors, the tiny chips that power everything from smartphones to fighter jets, have become the new oil. The US still leads in chip design, but China is catching up and pouring billions into domestic production. Then there's the AI arms race. Who controls artificial intelligence could control the future economy and even warfare. China leads in facial recognition, surveillance tech, and state-driven data systems, while the US leads in foundational AI models and research. It's a battle of digital empires, the surveillance-heavy Chinese model versus the open, competitive tech ecosystem of the West. Economic interdependence. Here's the twist. Unlike the original Cold War, the US and China are deeply economically connected. China holds over $800 billion in US debt, and the US relies heavily on Chinese manufacturing. American companies like Apple and Tesla have major operations in China. Meanwhile, Chinese students flood American universities, and both countries' markets depend on each other more than they'd like to admit. But cracks are forming. Supply chains are being restructured. Countries are choosing sides. Terms like decoupling and de-risking are echoing in global boardrooms. The world is witnessing an economic divorce, slow, painful, and potentially disruptive to the global economy. Taiwan, the powder keg. No Cold War is complete without a flashpoint, and in this modern saga, that flashpoint is Taiwan. To China, Taiwan is a breakaway province. To the US, it's a democratic partner that must be protected. Any military move by China could trigger a regional or even global conflict. American warships frequently sail through the Taiwan Strait. China responds with massive military drills. The rhetoric is heating up. The stakes? Incredibly high. If war breaks out over Taiwan, it could be the spark that turns a Cold War into a hot one. The world takes sides. Across the globe, countries are feeling the pressure to choose sides. Nations in Southeast Asia, Africa, and Latin America are walking a tightrope, balancing Chinese investment with American alliances. Even Europe, once neutral in many US-China matters, is now calling for strategic autonomy while voicing concerns over China's actions. The Cold War may be between two giants, but its ripples are being felt in every corner of the world. This isn't just a power struggle between nations, it's a battle over the future of technology, freedom, economy, and ideology. Will the US-led order survive the challenge? Or is the world witnessing the dawn of a new superpower? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, the Cold War of the 21st century is already here.